Hello, I am Dale Andrew D. Grant, and I am here to present our data regarding the timeline of the history of scientific discovery and development. Dated back in 1543, Nicolaus Copernicus, who was an active mathematician and an astronomer, formulated the heliocentric model. Helicentrism is the astronomical model in which the Earth and planets revolve around the Sun at the center of the universe. Historically, heliocentrism was opposed to geocentrism, which placed the Earth at the center. Next up is William Gilbert's Earth's magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field, also known as the geomagnetic field, is the magnetic field that extends from the Earth's interior out into space, where it interacts with the solar wind, a stream of charged particles emanating from the Sun. In 1609, for the first time in human history, the moon is observed by Galileo Galilei. He discovered that the moon had mountains, valleys, and plains like the Earth. He also called the dark regions of the moon Maria, which stands for seas in Latin. In 1637, Rene Descartes' scientific method was brought up. It deals with the discourse on the method of rightly directing one's reason and searching for the truth in the sciences. There were also rules and methods established in discourse, thus contributing to major leaps of achievements made by us humans. Next up, dated back in 1643, Evangelista Torricelli's Mercury Barometer was first founded. A mercury barometer is an instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure in a certain location and has a vertical glass closed at the top, sitting in an open mercury-filled basin at the bottom. Mercury in the tube adjusts until the weight of it balances the atmospheric force exerted in the reservoir.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
In 1666, the famous Isaac Newton started the modern astronomy. Newton's law of universal gravitation is usually stated as that every particle attracts every other particle in the universe with a force that is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. 1676, Ole Romer did the first measurement of the speed of light. He was a Danish astronomer who made the quantitative measurements of the speed of light. The Laden jar, 1745, by Ewald Jürgen George. Laden jar is made up of a glass jar which insulates our two conductors. The conductors themselves are in form of thin sheets, tin foil, one wrapped around the outside of the jar, the other lining the inside. Inside the jar hangs a metal chain. We will use a voltaic pile to charge our jar. The electric battery by Alessandro Volta. In 1800, Volta found that animal tissue was not needed to produce current. Knowing as the voltaic pile or the voltaic column, Volta's battery consisted of alternating discs of zinc and silver, or could be copper and pewter, separated by paper or cloth soaked either in salt water or sodium hydroxide. Lastly, 1896, the periodic table by Dmitri Mendeleev. The periodic table, also known as the periodic table of elements, is a tabular display of the chemical elements. It is widely used in chemistry, physics, and other sciences, and is generally seen as an icon of chemistry. So that is all about timeline of the history of scientific discovery and development. That's all. Thank you.